That character's dead. Rom loop? This will eventually pop out. You get like around 50 hits. So there has to be a reset somewhere in here. There it is. Another reset, dead. The information of the day is that we possibly witnessed over the past couple of days the highest level Marvel vs. Capcom 2 I have personally ever seen. Effectively getting a mirror from the Philippines versus Chaos, who is the resident, like, best Marvel 2 player that most people consider just in general. I ran into Chaos on day 1 of playing Marvel 2 online, dude. And he went under K1 Berserker. He was using the Shuma team, and it was wild. He's kind of known as being like the best Marvel player as of right now. Current meta Marvel vs. Capcom 2. To explain this, Amir is over here. He has visited the States from the Philippines, which has a really big Marvel vs. Capcom scene in general, and is also considered potentially to be one of the best players in the world. As we can tell, they were running a first to 20, and Chaos was at 14 and Amir was at 19. One game away from taking this entire set. What I have to explain is something extremely unique to Marvel vs. Capcom 2 that isn't present in many other fighting games. I think maybe the only other fighting game this is present in is maybe like in terms of sort of popular fighting games, perhaps Melee. But I don't know enough about Melee to make an overall general assumption. My proposition is that Marvel vs. Capcom 2 is a game that is technically limitless. Is every character in the game capable of this? 100% no. There is 3 specific characters that I can personally say without a doubt, there is no ceiling. You can always get better, you can always become better, and there is always an avenue to do something more technically efficient than before. Those 3 characters that I can observe for 20 years of watching Marvel 2 is Sentinel, Storm, and Magneto. A lot of the other characters in the game that exist, ones like Psylocke, ones like Cable, Captain Commando, many other characters effectively act as a sort of like foundation to elevate the strength of Sentinel, Magneto, or Storm to a certain degree, to make them do their game plan better. Because individually, yes, they actually have weaknesses, no kidding. Sentinel does have weaknesses against some characters. Storm doesn't have many weaknesses, and Magneto technically doesn't have that many weaknesses. But in a game like Marvel vs. Capcom 2, this isn't a game of individual characters. It's a game of how do we elevate the characters in our team? Do the characters in the back elevate the one in the front? Do you have a team that is front-loaded, meaning that, hey, I win here. I win with my main character and these 2 characters that support my main character, What I'm getting at is, this is kind of one of the best examples of team composition in Marvel vs. Capcom 2 that elevates a main character, but also another team that elevates many other characters. And just talking about composition. So, a thing that you need to know is that rushdown is hard in this game to stop. You know how I told you? Bro, Magneto breaks the netcode of this game. And he does. He's legit too fast. When played at that level, he is too fast for almost any netcode in the world. I don't know what to tell you, my dude. Marvel vs. Capcom 2 players, I can't even play at the speed of light. The speed of light is too slow for them. Characters like Magneto on this team is interesting, and it's different from the Magneto on this team because this team does not have an anti-air assist. Chaos, who's having a little bit of trouble in the tournament right now, does not have the ability to get the other Magneto the hell off of him. This is where anti-air assists are important. Captain Commando comes in and goes, whoop-a-bam! Get the fuck off my friends over here, dude, chill. That's all he does. That is his entire functionality, is to come in, slam the ground, leave, and protect his friends. Magneto's team over here on Chaos's end doesn't have that. Sentinel has these drones, but they're slow and they take forever. Storm has I believe it's just a wind ball. It's kind of like her fireball that does sort of a similar thing that Sentinel does. The entire point of Chaos's team is that my Magneto is so fucking fast that if I touch you, you are dead. He is so quick that I do not even need an anti-air assist. That is not the game plan. The game plan is that even if you block my shit, I am so quick, I will mix you up so hard, it doesn't matter. I don't plan for you getting up my grill and like getting off of me. That's not the game plan. But Amir's team is built differently. Amir's team is built within this shell of Magneto and Storm that work around each other. And you have Cyclops gets off. Cyclops' whole point is that he goes uppercut, and he acts like a pretty good character alone. But the big element of him is his anti-air assist. I need to uppercut, get the hell off my friends, and then you've gotten off, and here's a combo, you know? Cyclops is effectively the X-Men leader. He helps his team get off. I'm sorry. He enables his team to get off. I'm sorry. He gets people off of his team. No matter what I do, this is going to sound bad. That's kind of like Cyclops' role in this game. He isn't there to take all the attention from the rest of the X-Men that are gods in this game as well. He sort of like elevates them to a point that makes them way better. And yeah, it's very fitting. So anyway, let's just watch some of this footage, and I want to show you what Ultra Instinct Marvel vs. Capcom 2 is like. I want to show you what a limitless fighting game is actually like. At some point, the characters start moving so goddamn fast that the capture card that is used to operate this stream cannot even handle it. Here we go. So Chaos is running Purple Magneto. Amir's over here. And that situation is, I can't believe Magneto's already dead. The whole point of Magneto is that he knocks you down and mixes you up so hard that it is impossible to block. Even if you block it, there's a second or third mix that comes after. 5 seconds has passed and 2 characters are almost dead. I shit you not. 5 seconds has already passed and we've already seen the death of nearly 2 characters. What is that damage?
Oh, wow.
He's so fast. First Storm wins. The nice part about Storm, she is one of the best characters in the game because Hail is a screen clear and it does good damage. It'll always force people to be nervous, right? It'll always make somebody think about an assist call. It'll make them think about attacking, all of that kind of stuff, you know? It also helps that Chaos isn't likely one of the best Magnetos in the world. He's one of the best Sentinels, too. So anyway, moving forward, that was a quick game. That was a pretty quick game.
It was like 2 matches. Even people that's...
Hey, I skipped forward 5 seconds and we just got a witness and a peek at the end. The characters have already died. The reverse cross-up dash back into unblockable incoming. Oh, Amir blocked it. Actually blocked reverse side on the mix. Should be dead from this. Nope, missing meter, my bad. Anybody that's asking, why is the screen orange? They're playing in Mexico. When you play in Mexico, it's the same thing that happens in movies. Your game capture changes. Amir gives up. Sort of like gives him an opportunity to reroute himself. Think about what's going on. Because ultimately, like, Cyclops is not doing his job. At this point, like, his Magneto's getting hit too fast. Cyclops is not able to get Chaos's Chaos's Magneto off of him. Because he's just too fucking fast. There's too many things happening in a moment. You can't not react to this stuff. This stuff is unreactable. That's the whole point. Is MSP and MFS banned in MVC2 tournaments? No. It's all what tournaments are. Understand, there are 2 games to Marvel vs. Capcom 2. There are the games where you play the gods, and the games where you don't. And the rest of the characters, 90% of the roster, are not gods. In fact, these are the characters that are celebrated. This is the game. What you're looking at here is the refined game that people have been playing Marvel vs. Capcom 2 for 20 years. Are they playing the collection? No, I believe they're playing the Dreamcast version.
Oh, Stutterstone.
It was the version that they agreed on because it was this. I believe this event was ordained before the collection was technically even given a release date. What does Capcom need to do to fix these problems? Do you see a problem? All I see is 20 years of experience. All I see is people that have refined their craft so hard with characters that are given limitless potential that it looks like robots are controlling them. There is no problem here. This is Marvel vs. Capcom 2.
I'm saying the team.
This is the game that I grew up playing. That was very hard to play. It looks like OpenAI ChatGPT has controlled Magneto, you know? Cyclops finally did his job, but got punished. And the crazy part is that, like, Chaos is doing this without an anti-air assist. He's rushing down so fast with Magneto that he does not need to have a character that gets people the hell off of him. The capture is breaking.
Amir got plenty of meter. Oh my god.
Useless Cyclops.
He gets the chances. One chance, okay.
Storm always going to be good in this game. She's one of the biggest threatening characters in the entire game. Wow! Amir came in, avoid the guard crush, which would have been unblockable on incoming. To me, this is actually... I don't love fighting this. I don't love fighting against it. But I think this is incredible, is what I'm trying to say. I think it's incredible that you can play a fighting game for 20 years and over the past 5 years have new tech, have brand new things that you can see with the upper level characters. That is crazy to me, that there is a fighting game that has enough foundation in it to still be competitively relevant this many years later. Hate fighting it. I absolutely hate fighting against it because I'm not good at it, right? There's 2 levels of Marvel 2. I've never had a top tier team, personally. I never had a team that was like, obviously Strider Doom is a top tier team, but it's hard. I need to play something like Cable, Cyclops, Commando or some shit and play lame, but it's all not that fun. That character's dead. Rom loop? This will eventually pop out. You get like around 50 hits. So there has to be a reset somewhere in here. There it is. Another reset, dead. The assist was getting juggled to shit. Wow. How much time was that? Is custom inputs the new meta? This is being done on a Dreamcast. There is no custom inputs. These players are effectively playing like it's an arcade machine. So no. That is not the new meta right now. Now we're 1 game away.
Oh my gosh, here we go.
From pretty much crowning who is currently the best Marvel 2 player in the world. At the highest level. Who's the best player at the absolute highest level with 20 years of experience?
Wow. God.
To me, it's so crazy. I get enjoyment out of the 2 different levels of Marvel 2, but I don't know how you can't like look at this and get an appreciation. This is the whole point of like the beauty of Marvel versus Capcom. That's like the whole point of it. You can have 3 characters like Storm, Magneto, and Sentinel that technically have limitless potential. You can only get better. Everyone else in the game, not so much. Other characters sort of elevate them to do their thing in a variety of ways. But to see the fact that, yeah, you can play Magneto faster. You can be more aerial with Storm, you know? You can get better crazy-ass, like, fly-on-fly combos with Sentinel. That's possible, dude.
Let's see what he does. Let's see what he does with this.
So let's see where the reset is. They dropped it, because it is hard. Oh, dude.
Oh my god.
Cyclops doing work. Storm comes in for the screen clear. Safe DHC.
Gotta be very careful.
Punish on. Oh my god. Punish the punish. Missed the. Oh, he didn't even need to do it. Didn't even need to do it.
Barely.
This is not looking specifically good for Chaos, but here's the thing. Here's the thing. Chaos is also not one of the best Magnetos in the world. He likely has the best Sentinel. He has currently no way to get the opponent off of him. No way. And Sentinel gets bullied by characters like Storm, even Magneto, and like Cable can get kind of bullied. Jesus. You fucking stay down. You stay down.
Oh!
That might have been unblockable. Sentinel Spit, down HP, has a weird frame hit every once in a while where you just doesn't, you can't block it. It just hits you.
Wow.
Wow, wow, wow. That's all I can say.
Oh,
It's not over yet.
oh,
Oh! God damn!
Just like that, in a small room with, you know, approximately like 15 to 20 dudes, the best at current Marvel vs. Capcom 2 is sort of decided, you know? And to me, that's like the defining element of what makes an FGC, right? That's the whole point, is that you just get a group of people that love this shit so much. They don't play this game just because it's fun, or they don't play this game just because it is, you know, their competitive foundation. It became a lifestyle. And that's kind of what I remind myself of the arcade days of like fighting games, the MVC2 days, the early 2000s, the late 90s. You kind of have a game that you just get attached to for the rest of your life. Personally, like, I have a few that I feel like I've attached myself to, but none of them have I been able to keep up with. To me, it's amazing that there's just a bunch of dudes in their 20s and 30s and 40s that are still doing this shit. They're going to be in old folks' homes playing Marvel 2, sitting cross-legged on the ground with their moss sticks and shit. I think that's amazing. I think that's actually incredible. So, if you've never seen the highest level a fighting game can actually get, I think this demonstration is one of them. Is it something that you should be ready to fight against, or do you have any ability to fight against this? Buddy, no, absolutely not. Just understand, Marvel 2 having insanely powerful characters that have power levels that literally you can only get better and better and better isn't a detriment of the game. It's not a fault. It's actually its defining feature. It is what makes Marvel vs. Capcom 2 Marvel vs. Capcom 2.